Hello, this is Pastor Jim Kibler. I want to answer a question for you today. What is Word of Faith? The Word of Faith is what Paul preached. It tells us in Romans chapter 10, Paul said, the Word of Faith which we preach. Paul was a Word of Faith preacher. The Word of Faith has gotten a bad name because some people have just gotten out of bounds with it. But the truth of the matter, the Word of Faith is literally is preaching God's Word and believing God's Word. The Word of Faith is when it says that by the stripes of Jesus we were healed, we believe it. The Word of Faith that is in 2 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 9, it says that because Jesus became poor so that we could become rich, and believing it. The Word of Faith is Deuteronomy 8:18 that says God has given us power to get wealth. There is nothing wrong with the word rich and the word wealth. The word rich and wealth is all through the Bible. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph, David and Solomon, and everybody else was rich. The Apostle Peter was rich. He owned boats. He had servants. He had people who worked for him. He was a wealthy man. The Bible is full of wealth and full of rich. And that's where the criticizers of the Word of Faith have gotten off track. God's Word is not all about rich, but it is about abundance. The Word of Faith is abundance. Jesus said, I am come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Jesus was a Word of Faith preacher. Go to our website, increasenow.com, and listen to these messages. Everything is free. On the goodness of God, on the abundance of God, on the blessing of God. Everything is free. I wrote a new book called The Blessing. In it, I teach you how to quickly receive the blessing of God. You can live your life on a level you never imagined. The Jews are living in the blessing of God, and we are supposed to live the same way. All you have to do is develop your faith for it. Read this book, get a revelation of the blessing, learn how to empower your children for success like the Jewish people do. Learn how to empower your wife for success, your husband for success, your employees for success. Learn how the blessing works. The Jews know how the blessing works. They live in it, and that's why they've got all the money, because they're blessed of God. You are supposed to live the same way. Get this book, The Blessing, and you will live in the fullness of the blessing of God.